Okay, let's start then. Maybe other students will be checking out the recorded classes. Okay, so let's start. So yesterday we went through the overview of Ansible automation, how it helps in day-to-day activities. Okay, today we're gonna start with the installation part. Okay, and how to configure it. All right, so just a brief again. Ansible is a software based on Python. It uses SSH to connect to other systems and then perform the automation. Okay, so there is no agent required, no Ansible agent required. It's agentless. And also the Ansible instructions are readable. These are not codes, not unlike C language, C++ language. No, these are plain simple instructions which are readable, anyone can understand easily. And yes, if you have to develop automation with Ansible, you need to have knowledge of the modules, how the modules are used, and certain concepts of Ansible. Then you'll be able to do all the automation. Okay. So as I told you, it is agentless. It is cross-platform, which means you can use Ansible to automate Linux, Windows, Unix, network devices, cloud, virtual infrastructure. Okay, like VMware, cloud container, even containers. Okay, so you can handle all these things. All right. Now, when we say the architecture of Ansible, let me just open this drawing board. The Ansible architecture looks like this. Let's say it's a complete network. Okay, it's a network, and you have some machines here. These are all Linux machines or Windows machines, Windows servers. Okay, so it's a network. It has maybe 5, 6, 7 machines. Okay, so how Ansible is going to work is Ansible will be installed on any of the one machine. Let's say Ansible is installed here. On the machine where Ansible is installed, it is called control node. So this becomes control node. Okay, so this is the control node. And then this control node is going to initiate SSH connections to the remaining servers to perform automation. Okay, so it is, as I told you, it is SSH based. So it will be using SSH protocol to initiate the connection, log into the server, and then perform the automation. Okay, it is that simple. Okay, the connection wise, it is very simple. The machine where Ansible is installed, it is called control node, and the machines where automation is going to happen, those are called managed nodes. Okay, managed nodes. So these are all managed nodes, maybe managed node 2, managed node 3. Okay, so this is how Ansible works. This is the basic architecture. Now, when we talk about the requirements are very few and simple, easy to remember. Number one, all the machines should be running latest Python version. If not latest, at least version 3. Okay, Python version 3. So all the machines should be running Python version 3 bare minimum. Secondly, on the control node, there has to be user present because Ansible is going to use a username to connect to the servers using SSH, right? So username has to be present. Let's say there is a user by the name U1. So this U1 has to be present on other machines also. So that's why only, without this configuration, U1 cannot enter any system. So U1 will be connecting to, let's say, M2 machine managed node 2 as U1 only. So this U1 has to be present. Secondly, on all the managed nodes, U1 user should be configured in sudo. So U1 should be able to do sudo without password. Okay, so this is the user configuration. Okay, so user should be present in all of the machines, and user should be able to use sudo without password. Okay, another one, the last thing, control node should be able to connect or SSH to other nodes, the managed nodes, without password, which means passwordless authentication should be enabled. So these are the list. Let me list them down. Okay, so first of all, you install Ansible, or let's say control node and manage nodes. On the control node, you install Ansible, and the prerequisite is Python should be there, Python version 3 minimum. A user should be there, let's say user one. Okay, and this user one should be able to connect or able to SSH to manage nodes without password, which means passwordless authentication. On the managed nodes, what do we have to do? Nothing, literally, only one requirement. First of all, make sure Python 3 is the minimum installed, and then user one is also created. So user one should be able to use sudo without password. Okay, so now tell me, do you know how to install anything on Linux? What command to use?
Is it apt-get?
No, it is called yum, yum
Oh
or
yeah.
DNF, yum or DNF. Okay, so it works like this. Let me tell you. So in Linux, in Red Hat Linux specifically, again, as you know, Linux flavors are in big number. Like there will be thousands of Linux flavors, Linux distribution. So all the operating systems which are Red Hat based, they will be using yum command or DNF command. Example, yum install, let's say Firefox. Similarly, DNF install Firefox. So where to
Okay.
use yum, where to use DNF? Yum is used on RHEL version 5, 6, like that. And DNF is used, in fact, 7 also, yum is used. DNF is used RHEL 8 onwards. Okay. Uh, Conceptually, both the commands are the same. It's like yum has been updated and the new name is DNF. Okay. And the options are also same, like DNF install Firefox, like that.
Okay.
Right. Next, how will you check? How will you check the Python version is what? Or if Python version 3 is installed or not? There are multiple ways, but can you just suggest me any one way? How can I check if Python 3 command is available or not?
Python hyphen hyphen version.
Okay, so when you say Python hyphen hyphen version, this means that you are looking for a non 3, which means Python 2 or Python 1. So this is not Python 3. If you want to if you want to check the version for Python 3, you will have to type Python 3 hyphen hyphen version. Okay, and yes, this is one of the correct ways. Another way is you simply find the command, whether this Python 3 is available or not. Which Python 3? Okay, so this is another way of checking if Python 3 is installed. What if it is not installed? Then let's say there is no Python. But let me tell you, the moment you install Red Hat Linux, Python is by default installed. But still, let's assume Python is missing. Python 3 is missing. How will you install?
DNF install Python.
No, not Python, Python 3. Okay, so DNF install Python 3. Okay, so before you even run this DNF install, it's a good idea to find whether this Python is available or not. Okay, so you can do is DNF search Python. This will tell you if Python version 2, 3, 4, whatever Python version is there on the online repo, it will be listed. And I can show you right now. So this is a virtual machine. Okay. So in this virtual machine, I have already registered my system to Red Hat and I can do DNF. So DNF or yum, both will work. DNF search Python. Sorry. And you can see how many Python related applications are there. But we are looking for Python version itself. First, I see Python 3. Okay, so, okay, it is a Python version 9, Python 3.9 interpreter. Okay, and this is the one I'm looking for. Maybe there is Python 3.6, 3.8, 3.9 like that. I don't see that. So, okay, we can go ahead with this. Python 3. That's it. Just type DNF install Python 3 and it will be done. But I can check also which Python 3, if it is there or not. Okay, in my system, Python 3 is available. Perfect. Okay. Okay, next, how to add a user and make sure it can connect to other managed nodes via SSH without any password. So on the control node, okay, so sorry, first point. On the control node, how to install Ansible. This is the first point. So Ansible installation is very easy. You simply type DNF install Ansible, or even you can say DNF search Ansible and then find if Ansible RPM is there or not. Okay, and sorry, and we can see this line Ansible-core. Okay, it is SSH based configuration management, deployment, and task execution system. Okay, there is one more thing. This Ansible core is a minimal version, which means it contains very less modules, or we can say it is just the base Ansible without all the modules. Okay, so if you want to install Ansible properly, you have to enable a repository. Since you have registered, if you have registered your system with Red Hat, a Red Hat repo file will be created inside etc yum.repos.d. Okay. In this location, you will see something like redhat.repo and try to grep Ansible here. Grep Ansible, or I can say grep -I Ansible from this file. Okay, and I want to see the line numbers also. All right. So it says some repositories are indeed available by the name Automation Platform 2.2 RHL9, and this is for debug. This is the one which should be enabled. Okay, 2.3 is also there, the latest one. Yeah. So let's do one thing. Let's go to line number 1791. Okay, and see if this repository is enabled or not. 1791 vi redhat.repo. Show line numbers and go to 1791. Here it is. Red Hat Ansible automation platform. Okay. So as we can see, it is not enabled right now. So let me do one thing. Let me enable it and see if it works. Okay, I have enabled it. Now let me do DNF clean all because we have made some changes. Then DNF repo list. Let's see if it got enabled or not. Okay, so it got enabled. I can see the name Ansible automation platform. Now let me search Ansible again. Ansible RPM. DNF search Ansible. Sorry. Okay. So what I see here is still I see Ansible core, and that is okay. If you don't see the other one, that is okay, which means Red Hat repositories is providing the base Ansible hyphen core. It doesn't mean that you're missing out on the core functionality. No, you get the core functionality. It's only some limited modules will be available, but that is okay for now. Okay. So for example, firewall module would be missing, but we will come to firewall maybe after 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Okay, so we have some time. So for now, let's do one thing. Let's install Ansible core. Okay, just read this description. It is SSH based configuration management, deployment, and task execution system. All right, so this is the one we are looking for. So Ansible core. So DNF install. Okay, so Ansible core will be installed along with its dependencies, some cryptography from Python. Okay, SSH pass. Okay, this is very important. SSH pass is a command which is used with SSH. If you don't want to supply password manually, you can supply the password with SSH command. I'll tell you how it works. Okay, but again, we just need to have the knowledge. Don't have to do anything with SSH pass. It works in the background. All right, so it is installed. When the Ansible is installed, you can just simply do Ansible hyphen hyphen version and check. It says Ansible core 2.1.4 has been installed, and that's fine. Okay, so this is the installation part. All right. So now the first step is done. Adrian is asking, are we supposed to do this as well, or you will guide us install it? Which part, Adrian? The Ansible installation?
Yes, so yes, from the start of the installation, the virtual machine and all,
Yes,
should we
yes,
have installed
absolutely.
it? Should we have installed it already?
No, we are going to do it on virtual machines. Right now, I'm just,
Okay,
explaining you how we need to do it,
okay,
the steps.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
So
wait.
ultimately, we will create a kind of a lab because, as you
Okay,
know, we need at least 2 to 3 machines minimum. Okay, so we'll
oh,
create a lab.
okay.
All right. So this is the architecture. Actually, I was trying to explain you the architecture. All right. See, when we get inside Ansible and then try to see the architecture, that is, completely different because you as a user can develop a playbook. That playbook uses modules, plugins, inventory. Inventory means the servers on which automation has to happen. All the managed nodes. Modules, like I told you, commands are converted into modules. Plugins, there are some plugins available, which we will discuss. APIs means you can use Ansible API and you can trigger the automation via APIs. Okay. If you don't know API, what is it? I'll tell you. All right. And you can also automate on private cloud, public cloud, so many things. Okay. Just the overview right here. Okay. All right. What is it trying to say? Yeah, that's the automation happening on the servers. We'll check this later. All right. There is one more thing. If you are running Red Hat Linux 8, okay, you have to make sure that platform hyphen Python is also installed. Okay, let's see if it is installed or not. Platform hyphen Python. DNF list installed. Okay, nothing installed. Let's proceed and install it as well. Ah, it says package Python 3 is already installed, so no need to install Python platform. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now there is one more Ansible repository which is available, and the name is Ansible 2 for RHL8. Okay, but I could not find it in my Red Hat repo. But still, let me see if it is available. Okay. Okay, so subscription manager repos hyphen enable Ansible 2 for RHL8. In fact, it should be RHL9. I'm using RHL9 right now. Let me see if it is there. If it is there, then it will be enabled, else it will not be enabled. Is it stuck or what? Okay, let's leave it like this. Okay, so all I wanted to show you was, how you can install Ansible. Although it says this repository is not available, and that's okay. We have already installed Ansible. I just wanted to check. Okay, so these are the actions on control node. What about the manage node? As I told you, user one has to be present. That too without password. Sudo without password. This should be the configuration. So let me quickly tell you how to do that. Let's add user. Let's say user add space user one. I will keep it in a secondary group, capital G, by the name wheel. Okay, that's fine. Set a password for user one, Red Hat. I'm setting it up. Now, the wheel user, the wheel group in sudo configuration should have no password, uh, this enabled, no password feature enabled. So vi or vi sudo command, this sudoers configuration file opened. Just scroll down to the bottom where it says wheel, %wheel. And just before this last all, you have to mention no pass wd colon space all. Okay, simple. Save and exit. And that's it. Now you can become a test user one. Try to become root with sudo su hyphen, and you become root without password. Successful. Okay, so these are some steps. All right. So this is it. This is how you configure the manage nodes and control node. In manage nodes, only user and Python are the requirement. On control node, Ansible has to be installed, Ansible core. Okay. And going forward, we will see what other RPMs are there. Python 3 should be present in both the cases, in both the manage and control node, and user one should be there. Okay. So user one, and yes, last thing I forgot. User one should be able to SSH manage nodes without any password. Okay. So this is the overview right now. Don't worry. First of all, we will we will configure a lab. Okay, we will have at least 2 to 3 servers or virtual machines running, and then we will decide what to do. Okay, to create your own lab, we need to have some sort of automation because otherwise it will be a time-taking thing to do. So we are going to use VirtualBox with Vagrant. I hope you guys are using Windows laptop, right? So you have to install VirtualBox and you have to install Vagrant. Okay, so let me give you the direct links in the chat. You can just simply click on them, or you can also find simply go to google.com. Okay, and simply type Vagrant download. Okay, Vagrant download. The first link you see, downloads Vagrant HashiCorp. Click on it. The HashiCorp is the organization, and it's Vagrant. It's their product. Okay, so make sure you click on Windows. Click on AMD 64 bit. Okay, and the moment you click, the download will start. Once it finishes, simply install Vagrant application. Okay, install it. Second, let me go to this link also. Let me share it. All right, I've shared the link. Next, VirtualBox. And again, the same way. So VirtualBox download, the first link you see, click on it. Make sure you download for Windows, like Windows host. Click on it and immediately download will start. So let me copy this link and paste it in the chat. All right. So you need these two things to start your own lab. VirtualBox and Vagrant. Vagrant is what? A VM automation tool. And how to use it? I'll show you. So once you have both the things installed, maybe the system will say to reboot. Operating Windows will ask you to reboot the system. Go ahead, reboot the system. Okay. Now the next step is go to the drive where you have, let's say, at least 50 GB free. Okay. Let's say in my system, C drive I have with sufficient space. So I'll go to C. In this location, I will create a directory. Let's say Ansible. Okay, so I just create a new folder by the name Ansible. Okay, so in this Ansible folder, you have to create the Vagrant configuration file, and the file name is Vagrant file, V capital. Okay, so no extensions, simple file name, Vagrant file, V capital. And what do you have to type here? So whatever you have to type, I have already shared it in the Google Drive. Oh, hold on, I have not created the Google Drive yet. Let me quickly create it. It's just copy paste thing. Hold on. Okay, Adrian is unable to install VirtualBox. What problem are you getting?
It's saying, let me
Mhm,
tell you, it's
mhm. You can also attach a screenshot here, I guess. Yeah, you can attach a
yes.
screenshot.
Okay, let me do it again and attach the screenshot I'm getting. Okay. So it's asking me to install the Microsoft Virtual C++ 2019. After
Mhm,
I say okay, then it
mhm.
says, let me just do the screenshot.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. I have also shared the Google Drive link. Just click on it and see if you're able to see the three directories, ebooks, PPT notes, like that.
Uh, can I share the screenshot on the chat or?
Yeah, yeah. Or maybe you can share your screen. That would
Okay.
be more convenient for me.
Yes, yes.
Okay, let me stop my share and enable your sharing. Yeah, you can go ahead now.
You can see my screen, right?
Yes.
So I say yes. Okay. And this is what it says.
Mhm. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, no worries. Can you click on the taskbar, right click, right click? Okay, it says taskbar setting. Right click on the start button, left hand side, yes, start button, right click. Click on task manager. Okay, click on more details. Now click on performance. All right. Hmm. So you're using i5 10th generation, perfect. Socket, one socket, 4 cores, 8 logical, virtualization is enabled. Okay. Now the error is Oracle. Hmm, okay. Can you do this? Can you click on finish and you can close task manager?
Okay.
Yeah, click on finish. Okay. Click OK. Now open this virtual box again. Just single click, open it.
The one I
VirtualBox.
downloaded.
Yeah, the exe file. Just simple click it. Yeah, hold on. It's not opening, it seems, right?
Should I say yes? I think.
Acha, I can't see anything on the screen. Yeah, you can say yes.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. So just write it somewhere. Microsoft Visual C++ 2019 redistributable. Click on.
Okay.
Just write it somewhere, or maybe search it on the Google.
Yeah. Gone.
I just open this google.com and just type Microsoft Visual. No, not Gmail, google.com. Yeah. Now type Microsoft Visual C++ 2019 C++. Yeah, 2019 redistributable. Yeah, so enter the first one, the first link. Okay, you can maximize the windows, the Chrome, just maximize it. Yeah. All right, just scroll down. This is the table is support English. Okay, now click on the first, which says ARM64. No, 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 sorry, second one, second one. Okay, close. Now rerun VirtualBox setup. You have to first click OK to the first one. Click on which is minimized. Yeah, click finish. Yeah, now do it again. Okay, so it simply means you have to first of all update your entire operating system.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so it's going to take some time. Just click on the Windows update on the taskbar. You see that blue dot? Oh, sorry, orange dot.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly some updates are available. Okay, one more thing. Hold on, hold on. Click on advanced options. No, no, no. Here itself, yeah. Advanced options. Second last link.
Okay.
Yeah, this one. Now click on optional updates. This one. And you can select the first checkbox and the driver updates as well. Click on it. Check the both checkboxes. Select download and install. Okay, so it's going to take some time. Once it is done, you have to restart your system and then try it again.
Okay. Okay.
All right, and then try it again.
Okay.
It will work.
Thank you. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay.
All right, so now let me tell you how to build your own lab. I'm assuming that both the tools are now installed. And now we have to prepare the Vagrant file, which is the Vagrant configuration file. Vagrant automation tool is going to read this file and create the virtual machines. In short, this file will contain the virtual machine name, which operating system to use, what IP should be assigned, and stuff like that. Okay. And how it looks like, you can click on the Google Drive link, which I have just shared. Okay, click on it and open the ebooks, and you will find a Vagrant file already there. Okay, so let me open it for you guys. Let me show you how it looks like. Okay, so this is a kind of a code. Yes, it's a code file, but overall it's a configuration file. And we have mentioned, we have to mention all the node names which we want to use. Let's say as per this diagram, we need one control node and at least 3 manage nodes. So let me modify this accordingly. Okay. So one control node. Hold on. Delete, delete, delete. No, sorry, not this one. Okay. So we just need this setup. We need one control node and 3 managed nodes. Let's do one thing. Let's name them properly. Let's say the control node will be called ansible.example.com. Okay. Ansible.example.com will be the control node. The managed node will be called node1.example.com. Similarly, node2.example.com and node3.example.com. Okay, so this is the first requirement. So let's create these many machines first of all, or let's modify the configuration accordingly so that these 3 machines, in fact 4 machines, can be created. Okay, so in the Vagrant configuration file, I will use the first one as ansible.example.com. Now here you see box. Box, whatever is mentioned here, keep it as it is because it means CentOS 9. Okay, CentOS 9 is free to use, identical to Red Hat 9, and we can easily practice Ansible here. Okay, and IP I'm going to use is 192.168.56.100. So this 100 IP, I'm setting it up for ansible.example.com. Just make sure the port number, that this SSH port, it is different on all of the machines. For the first one, it says 2210, second 2211, then 2212, like that. Okay, so we'll make sure the port numbers are different. All right. So first machine, ansible.example.com box will be CentOS 9 IP. I have changed it, and SSH port is fine. I'll explain you what is the purpose of SSH port once we have the lab ready. Next machine, it will be node1.example.com. IP will be ending with 101, and SSH port is also different. Second machine will be node2. IP will be ending with 2. And the third, with a comma, I can add the same configuration again because I want to add another machine, right? Hostname node3, IP ending with 103, and SSH port also ending with 3. All right. Okay, so Heba is asking, will we be able to install RHEL9 using Vagrant? Yes, you will be able to install RHEL9. What you have to do is you have to search for a Vagrant box RHEL9. Let me show you how it works. If in case you want to use RHEL9 operating system on the virtual machine, it's okay. Just type this, Vagrant box RHEL9. Now you see this, Vagrant box generic / RHEL9. You can use this name, generic / RHEL9. Okay, instead of Euro Linux Vagrant CentOS stream, you just type this, generic / RHEL9. Okay, that's it. So Vagrant is eventually going to the internet, downloading this RHEL9 automatically and installing it. Okay, it's your wish. You want to use RHEL9 for practice, CentOS 9 for practice, doesn't matter. Nothing is, there is no difference at all. Only one. With RHEL9, you have to register your machine to Red Hat. In CentOS, there is no requirement. It's free to use. Okay, so I have the configuration, which looks like this, Ansible.example, node 1, node 2, node 3, all is good. And that's it. We don't have to do any other change. Okay, and you will see this memory is also mentioned like 512 KB, sorry, MB, and that is more than enough. 512 megabytes is more than enough for this virtual machine. We just have to save this file. Okay, so let me do the same thing. Let me go to C drive. I have 169 GB free, perfect. I will create a new folder by the name Ansible, enter. And I enter this Ansible, I will create another file by the name Vagrant file, or I can simply copy paste from the Google Drive as well. I think I did not copy, hold on. Okay, so this is the file. You can open it with Notepad and see what is written inside. Okay, so this is the file. All right, close it. We are good. Now the next step is you have to open PowerShell or command prompt, and you have to enter this location, C:/Ansible. The easiest way is to right click here and click this open in terminal. You directly open this location in the terminal. That's it. See, this terminal application is there in Windows also. Like we have the same in Linux terminal. Okay. So now you can see C:/Ansible. I am already in this location. Now we have to run one command that is called Ansible, sorry, vagrant up. Okay, so when we do this, when we finish doing this, even before we do vagrant up, we have to run one command that is called ssh-keygen. Ssh-keygen will generate public private keys. Public key will be copied to all of the machines that we are creating with vagrant. Okay, Ansible example.com, node 1, node 2, node 3. All the three machines will get public key copied automatically. So first we generate public key, private key, SSH keygen command. Then we run the command vagrant space up. Vagrant up command is going to start building the machines. Okay. So I have already used SSH keygen in the past. So for me, I don't want to rerun it. I should not rerun it. So I will simply say vagrant up. Okay, vagrant up, enter. And at the same time, you can open VirtualBox to see the progress. Oh, my bad. There is a problem. I already have machines which are starting with the name ansibleexample.com, node 1, node 2, node 3. Now this may cause issues. So what I'll do is I'll clear up all the existing machines. Okay. So I'll simply go there and remove these machines one by one. Okay. Now we can do vagrant up. Okay. And at the same time, just keep this VirtualBox opened and you can see stuff happening. What's going on. So right now, Vagrant is going to download CentOS Stream 9 from the internet. Okay, it was quick in my case. And you see this first machine is already built. This is the speed of the Vagrant automation. It's an instant. Okay, hold on. I am getting an error. Oh, it says AnsibleExample.com already exists in C users and C users documents virtual machines. Let me go to this location and clear up all the existing machines, if there are any. Okay, so we have node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4, node 5. Ansible example, everything should be gone. Gone. Perfect. Now let's redo it. Okay, let me remove this as well, no longer required. It won't happen in your case because I'm constantly, oh, hold on, it says removing media. Hold on. Okay, that's okay. So see, I'm constantly building machines, maybe sometimes with the same name. That's why I'm getting this problem, but it won't happen in your case. Okay, as you can see, ansible.example.com is now up and running. Node1.example.com is up and running. Okay, Adrian, you can restart, or maybe you can restart after the class. You can just have a look at my system right now, and maybe after the class, you can repeat the same steps. Okay. Node 2 is also done. Node 3, the last machine. Okay, it's all done. My lab is ready. Okay, so Ansible, Node 1, Node 2, Node 3, all machines are ready. Just a second, guys. Okay, so now how to log into these machines? The easiest way to do is via vagrant command. The vagrant command is vagrant space SSH space machine name like ansible.example.com. Okay, so let's do it. Let me go full screen now. Vagrant up, sorry, SSH ansible.example.com. The only thing to remember, you will run vagrant SSH command or vagrant up command in this location only, C Ansible. Outside this location, the commands will not work. Okay, because the command works with the help of a configuration file, and configuration file is in this location. Let me run this command now. And I log in. See, I logged into ansible.example.com. There is a very good question from Hiba. Do we have to again generate SSH keygen on control node and then do SSH copy ID for passwordless authentication? Absolutely right. You have to do it. This part you have to do it manually. So I have logged into the control node. I will be installing Ansible. I will be creating the user, and the user's SSH key, public key, will be transferred to the node 1, node 2, node 3. I'll do it manually, and I'll tell you how. Okay. Okay. So let's do it then. My first machine is up and running. The first step, I will make sure the Ansible is installed. So DNF search Ansible. Also, I have to be root, so I can use sudo here. But let's see, search is okay. Search can be done without sudo. Okay, again, it is the same Ansible core, and that's fine. Let me be root for now, and let's say DNF install. Ansible-core. Okay, done. Ansible core is installed. And we can verify Ansible-version. That's it. 2142, like that. And that's okay. Next step, we have to create a user. Let's choose a meaningful user, like a DevOps user. Okay. So let's say user add DevOps. Okay. In this control node, it doesn't matter if DevOps is able to sudo, but still, let's do it. Let's make this user part of the sudo configuration. So, so what I'll do is I will find what group is added in the sudo file. What I can do is I can do vi sudo -c. It will tell me what configuration files are there. First configuration file, etc sudoers, scanning okay. -c means check for errors, scanning okay. There is another configuration file, which is by the name vagrant, which has bad permissions. First of all, let me fix it. Chmod 440 on /etc sudoers.d vagrant. Okay, now let me do vi sudo -c again. Everything okay. Okay, let me see what is this vagrant configuration file. Okay, let me cat. It's a sudo template. It says any user part of vagrant group will have sudo access without password. Now this is good. Let me add the new DevOps user in this group as secondary and then create the user. User add -G vagrant group and the username DevOps. Give a password, pass wd DevOps. Red Hat for now. Let's keep it simple for now. And done. User is added and it is added in sudo as well without password. Last step, generate the SSH keys. How to generate SSH keys for DevOps user? You log in as DevOps, then you generate. So su space -space DevOps, Red Hat. I become DevOps user. SSH keygen. Just enter, 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 and that's it. The keys are generated. In which location? In DevOps home directory, SSH, hidden SSH folder, and then ID underscore RSA. This is the private key and ID underscore RSA dot pub. It is the public key. Okay, so we have to transfer this key to node 1, 2, and 3. Before we transfer, we have to check if I'm able to access those systems or not. Let me do ping node 1, not pinging, ping node 2. Again, there is some problem. Can you guess or do you know what could be the problem? So I'm getting this name or service not known. What could be the problem? See, the problem is this control node, Ansible example.com. This is not aware of these node 1, node 2, node 3. Also, the DNS doesn't know what is node 1, node 2, node 3. So we have to resolve them locally. Okay, so first of all, be root or use sudo. Open the file called hosts. This is called local resolution file. If DNS fails to reply back with the IP, then this file works. This file is going to reply back with the IP. So IP address of node 1, 192.168.56.101. This is node 1. So let me do it for all the 3 nodes. Okay, so first node is fine, second node is 102, Third node is 103. Save and exit. That's it. Now you do ping node 1. Ping replies, perfect. Ping node 2 replies. Ping node 3. So till now everything is fine. Okay. Now the next step. I need to log into node 1. How can we log in? Using SSH, right? Let me say SSH space. What username? Root at node 1. Do you know root password? No. Do you know Vagrant user password? No. Because we logged into Vagrant machine without any password. See this. I am in Windows right now. C:/Ansible. I type Vagrant SSH Ansible.com. Ideally, SSH should ask the password, right? But what is happening here? I directly log into Ansible.com, Ansible.example.com. See, direct login without even asking the password. How it is happening? Vagrant has copied public key from my Windows to this machine. And that's why I, as a Vagrant user, can log in. Okay. So this is happening. So now I don't know the Vagrant user password. If I don't know the password, I cannot log into other machines. So first of all, let me do one thing. Let me log into these 3 nodes one by one and do the configuration. Okay, let me do it in a new tab. CD. And this we are doing for our own home lab. This is not applicable for real servers. I mean, the SSH keys are applicable. I'm talking about this connection issue, SSH issue. Okay, you will be able to log into every server. No worries. So CD, go to, I'm in Amit F, users. Now here Ansible. Now when I'm in Ansible, right? Again, Vagrant SSH. This time I will open node 1 first. And I will do the same steps actually. Let me get the history. First of all, chmod. Let me write it here. Second is user add. Third is passwd of the same user. And that's it. These are the 3 commands which I have to run. Then I'll also check the connection. So let me go to node 1, become root first of all. Run the first command. Run. Second command, copy paste. Third command, red hat, red hat. Okay, now from ansibleexample.com, let me try to SSH space DevOps user @node1, enter. Yes, DevOps user password is red hat, and bingo, I'm able to log into node 1, right? Similarly, I do the same steps on all the 3 machines, all the remaining 2 machines, sorry. Okay, do it again on node 2 and node 3. Become root, run the 3 commands, red hat password, done. Node 3 as well. Okay, all done. So now from ansible.example.com, can I log into node 2? SSH DevOps at node 2. Yes, DevOps password red hat, and I can log in. Similarly, node 3. Yes, red hat, and I can log in. So I'm able to log into node 1, 2, 3 from ansible.example.com, and that is fine. Okay, right now let me become DevOps user here. And okay, now the last step is, I told you, we have to make sure, first of all, Python. Yes, if Python is there, which Python 3? Perfect, it's there. If it is there on this, it will be on others. Last step, passwordless authentication. So you, as a DevOps user, you have to run ssh-keygen command. Already exists. Perfect. No, I did it previously. So now we have to transfer the public keys, ssh-copy ID, and transfer the keys to, first of all, node 1. Or you can also say like this, DevOps at node 1. Even if you don't mention the username, by default, this username is considered one you see here. Okay. Red Hat is the password. Done. Similarly, node 2. Yes. Red Hat password. Done. Node 3. Yes. Red Hat. Again. And you're done. So I can check SSH space node 1. Direct login without password. Node 2. Same thing. Node 3. Same thing. So basic setup is ready. Ansible is installed, user is prepared, connections are prepared, sudo is prepared. Okay, so now let's test one small Ansible automation. I will try to ping all the machines parallelly. Ansible space all. Oh, hold on. Before I do this automation, I forgot two important points. Let me write. So once the base is ready, you have to configure Ansible. And in Ansible configuration, there are 2 points. First of all, you create the ansible.cfg. It's a configuration file. And then you create inventory file. Ansible.cfg is a configuration file. It contains some base configuration. I'll tell you what to do. Inventory file will contain all the managed nodes, IP address or hostname. So let me create inventory file first. Vi in the current location, or what I can do is, as a DevOps user, I can create a directory, mkdir project or projects, cd projects. Now here I can, create the inventory file, vi inventory. Just type the host names, node 1, node 2, node 3, save and exit. Okay, the inventory file is prepared. Second, ansible.cfg file. In this file, you have to mention 2 things. First is called defaults configuration, and next one is called privilege escalation, which means how to become root. So let me just open a sample configuration. Just hold on. Yeah, here it is, a sample configuration. So ansible.cfg will contain this bare minimum configuration. There are 2 sections, defaults and privilege escalation. Defaults will contain the inventory file location, the remote username, it will be DevOps, and ask pass, which means when the Ansible is using SSH to connect to managed nodes, will the SSH password will be asked or not? False means no, because we have implemented passwordless authentication. So false. Second will be privilege escalation. Become is true. Become true means become root. Become method will be sudo. Become user will be root. And become ask pass, which means sudo password will be false. We have configured without password. Okay, so why do we need to mention all this? Because as I told you, Ansible doesn't only work on Linux. It is going to automate Windows also. For Windows, these value will be different. So for Windows, it will be become true. Become method is run as. Become user administrator. Become aspas false, like that. It will be like this. Okay. So for Linux, these are the valid values. So let me do this. Let me go to the Ansible configuration file, copy paste, save and exit. Gone. Oh, gone, not gone. It's saved. Okay. So now our base is ready. Once our base is ready, configuration is done, then we can test Ansible automation. How to test? Just run this command, Ansible space, all space, -m space, ping. It means ping all the inventory, all the manage nodes, which is in the inventory file. -m means module. Ping module will be used to ping all the machines. Node 1, node 2, node 3. Ansible space all -m ping. And you see here the automation happening. Parallelly, Ansible was able to ping all the three machines, and we see the results as success. Okay, it says discovered interpreter Python 3. So Python 3 is already there on all the machines. Any doubts till now? Return value for ping is pong, ping pong. Okay. All right. So the my Ansible.example.com sent ping message and return we got pong. Okay, so this is how we can check the connection. So connection is successful. Okay, connection is successful, and yes, that's it.